Hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Cat Ninjas. Here we are with yet another day and a new topic. Let's examine one single largest concept from percentages, which is a multiplier, which suits most of the question type. That is like we have one size fits all. So I would rather say this is one size which suits most of the questions, right? That's what I'm trying to talk about here. Can you quickly give a confirmation on the audio before we start the further discussion? So it would be nice if some of you can give me an understanding of, is the audio clear? Is my voice reaching out to you? And can you let me know who is all in the meeting? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. FF has joined. Oh, so many of you. So many of you. All right. All right. All right. Good evening. Aman is here. FF is here. Prashant. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Super. Anurag is joined. Great. Kevin is joined. Hey, hi. Hello. Divyanshi has joined. Devajyoti has joined. Superb, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So here we go. So then you settle down with a book and a pen. So we'll examine this concept because a lot of people find kind of like, they will identify three, four, five, six different concepts in percentage. In the sense, they will try to customize too much. They will try to customize the percentages too much. And I have seen this in the past. I have seen this in the past. So a lot of customization they try to do, which leads to a lot of confusion. When they hit the depth, then they are confused which customization works faster here. So rather what we are trying to do is, hey, there is one size, there is one concept which fits most of it. Right, yeah. So this would be more from the perspective of CAT 21. So if you're preparing for CAT 22, you can attend. But because a little bit of background is required, I'm not doing because I'm talking one tool, one largest tool of percentage I'm talking about. There may be some preparation which is required behind this. I'm sure I'll let know most of you in the high schools or the colleges would have done this. I'm not denying that fact, but nevertheless, let me reiterate that fact because had you done that, then the rest of the lecture would make a lot of sense. And by the time we reach the end of it, so we will also be hitting a sufficient depth. And maybe all right, so maybe by the time we go come tomorrow, when I'll be talking the applications, we'll be hitting really, really kind of a depth at the CAT level or the ZAT level. So whatever the kind of crucial questions require us to do and how we can unlock using the multiplier is what I'm kind of going to speak about. Okay, yeah. Mm, all right, FFR. Thanks, man. Thanks, thanks, thanks. Okay, before all that, you settle down with a book and pen. I don't want any passive onlookers in the lecture. So I want your participation in the sense, hey, keep taking some running notes. So sit actively. That makes a lot of sense. If you feel that okay, I'm a little sleepy, I'm not I, you are a little sleepy, then go all right, maybe wash your hand, drink some water, might help. Right? Yeah, because you can't have a cup of coffee or tea because lecture started. Best you can do is what a cup of water that would refresh you, no doubt. Okay, so here I am, Belvi Srinivas. So I have worked in various capacities with different organizations in the test prep since 2007. That's about 14 years now. And in that 14 years, I did develop some expertise to retain student on QA, DI, and LR, and I understand their difficulties, therefore certain counseling, etc. That's been my forte. Yes, you can interface with me through this particular Telegram group. And just a caution here, this is not I, this is them. This is the small case L. So because if you use I, it might bounce back. So L is what you may have to use. Using this, you can reach out to me for certain counseling requirements or whatever the suggestions, etc. If it is a short one, so sure, I'm there here. There we go. That's a little bit about me there. So before we get started, I will do quick announcements. The platform, yeah. So Unacademy, as you all know, it offers two kinds of courses. One is the Iconic, the other one is the Plus. So Iconic is more a structured course. Basically, it's about you want to learn certain algebra or arithmetic in a structured way, the deeper way. There will be some workshops which will be talking about approaches for level 3, which I am also planning to take one. So that's a kind of discussion, structured discussions with a structured test which will happen on the platform. Yes, when you are looking at the Iconic, it is more about the personalized guidance with respect to when I fill my SPJN form, there are about 10 odd questions there, right? So what could be the response? Because the form itself comes with those questions and based on which your selection happens. So how I need to fill that form, what should be the response to those questions, right? Could be all right now. So it could be IIFT form which is about to start on September 5th. So while filling, they will ask you about 10 questions. So when you fill them, so you may want some personal guidance out there, or somebody to vet it, saying that, okay, fine, I looked through it, looks fine, or corrections are required. Maybe this answer is not coming out the way it is coming out. You need them. You need one or two people to talk to always before you send in any application form. Ensure that you do it as a well-wisher. I am saying, whether you are a part of any program or not, doesn't matter. Always, all your form should be seen by one or two people, unless it's a data form like CAT form. Then it's only data form that need not be seen by anybody. Even if you show it to someone, there is no problem. But anytime any question comes, ensure that that is always seen by someone else with a neutral perspective, with a critical perspective, from the professor's perspective. This question read by a professor or an interviewer or your senior from that particular college, what interpretation it gives. Somebody should see it from that viewpoint, right? The words used, the language being used, the content being used has to be seen that. So that's what Iconic also provides. Some of the features of the Iconic is also to do with that kind of guidance out there. Okay, here comes the plus subscription. The plus subscription, yes, these are the face value. These are the subscription charges. Yes, all right, so 6 months probably suits CAT 21 students and those who are appearing for CAT 22. This might suit CAT 23. This might suit things like that. So on all these listed prices, yes, you get 10% discount if you use the code Belvi 100, right? Use this code. So you get 10% discount, not 100% discount. Same features comes with the Iconic as well. So all personalized benefits, live one-to-one doubt discussions or the concept discussion, the mentorship program that I spoke about. Yes, it does come with certain premium pricing because there is a lot of one-to-one hours involved, interaction involved, right? So there is speed interaction involved. In addition to that, already now both Plus as well as Iconic, it comes with the class notes, the quick notes, the mental maps. You can also take it as so with the highlighted text and with certain animation, some charts, etc. Wonderful features for a good quick revision. So you can also consider that. Okay, yeah, there is one brief understanding, maybe by about 15th mid of this particular month. There may be a price revision on the subscription fees. That's in the calling. Fair enough. So that sets us into the lecture. Good evening once again to everyone who will have joined in between. You can quickly interface with me. Yeah, Shivani has joined in between. Very good. I guess if I read your comment, I acknowledge that as well. Very nice. Yeah, very nice. If it is helping you, nothing like it. Great. All right. Shall we all get started? Ready with pen, paper? All of you? Why don't you quickly acknowledge that? Hi, hi, Sarthak. Glad to see you here. So ready with pen, paper already? All set. Good to start. Good to start. Yeah. All right. Pen, paper is important. Book, notepad, whatever, right? That's important. Great. All right. So here we go. All right. Here we go. Yes. So why I was talking from CAT 21 perspective is I know that most of you wouldn't have started just now. You would have done at least some part of it as a part of a percentage. That's what I was talking about. Sure. The multiplier, the word, all right, this concept that I'm talking about, the multiplier, I will brief in a while. I'll brief in a while. Most of you know this as well, but I will say how this one thing fits many parameters. That's what we kind of see through this particular lecture. So when you see this, all right, now where all it helps? One, of course, in the percentage chapter, big time in the percentage chapter, half of the questions can be done using the multipliers in the exam. Because while you are learning the percentages, you will learn quite a bit of it, which is nothing to do with the exam. For a simple reason that, yes, all right, those basics has to be learned from that perspective you learn. But what you see in the exam and what you learn there, or so most of it doesn't really relate to the exam. If you take a look at the exam paper, you understand, all right, it might not really relate there. Okay, yeah. And where it is most likely useful, most of the questions which appear in CAT, that some of these exams, the profit and loss multiplier really helps you big time. Yeah, hi guys, are we guys rightly back, safely back? Yeah, good, audible, visible, all good. Yeah, I think it was system error from my end. Yeah, there was a huge, massive downpour. Yeah. Okay, is the audio clear? Because it's raining really cats and dogs here. There is a heavy downpour here. Maybe because of that, there could be resetting of the internet or something at the service provider's end. But is it fine? Today, Instagram also got down. Okay, that's a news to me. All right. Yeah. All right. Fine. Let's get started. Let's get started. Get in. Get in. All right. Now let's get started. Let's create that momentum quickly. Okay. Great. Great. So all good. All good. Let's hope that all right there will not be any service disruption here. Okay. So percentage, profit loss, and also in the compound interest. These are the three areas that we kind of speak about. Let's see as we go along how this. Uh, is it still buffering? One of you are saying that it's buffering. Is it still buffering? Is it still buffering or is it good? Sonakshi is saying that it's buffering. Is it at my end? Can somebody confirm at the other end? Because let's quickly check. It's clear. It's clear, right? No, it's clear. All right. All right. Sonakshi, quickly check the settings at your end because yes, earlier it was at my end. I did this. Yeah. So others are saying that it is good. So I will continue. So I will continue here. Okay. Coming to this. Hey, what is this multiplier I'm talking about? If you want to clearly understand what is this one word I'm talking about, right? Yeah. So it is percentage increase or percentage change. Whenever percentage, okay, even before I do that, what are the nuts and bolts I'm expecting from you? Right? What are the nuts and bolts? This is the third one is what I'm expecting from you. This is what I'm clearly expecting from you. Even before I state, let me set the expectation for this particular class in quickly in about 3, 4, 5 minutes time. Okay, table still 20. We all should know to get that speed. I'm sure already most of you, those who are preparing for 21, you would know this. Some speed calculation techniques you should know with respect to addition and subtraction, multiplication, division, especially multiplication and division, because these are the two operations. You need some techniques, all right, to do the multiplications and divisions. At least one or two techniques might be required there, I believe. That's from the speed calculation perspective. Because every time we can't go and use the calculator, that might not make too much sense. Third important thing is what? The percentage fraction equivalent either side. Percentage fraction equivalent from either side. Let me tell you what do you mean by percentage fraction equivalent. One, we start with 1 by 2, which is nothing but 50%. 1 by 3, we call it as 33.33%. Or some people remember this as 33 1 by 3%. Doesn't matter which style you remember, that doesn't matter to me. So likewise, already you might have to know till about 1 by 20 or 1 by 25, which is about 4%. See, you by now you would know all the techniques, etc., what to do. That is one chart probably you may have to know. In addition to that, probably the other chart up to 1 by 12, you may have to know in this fashion. 1 by 2, 50%, then you will learn 1 by 3, then you will learn 2 by 3. 3 by 3 is 100%. This is 33.33%. This is 66.66%. Likewise, you learn all it now 1 by 4. You learn 2 by 4. You learn 3 by 4. That is 25, 50, 75. Likewise, you kind of learn up to 1 by 12 series, which is 8.33%. And you go up to all it now, so here 11 by 12. Let you go up to 11 by 12. This definitely helps in cracking out percentage, profit loss, SICI questions a little faster and better. Now, these are the nuts and bolts for today's lecture. These are the nuts and bolts. These are the nuts and bolts. One, now this entire vertical list, 1 by 2 to 1 by 25. What are the percentages? So, other one is this triangular list where 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 1 by 3, and then 2 by 3, and then 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 3 by 4. Likewise, 1 by 12 up to 11 by 12. If you know these percentage values, it will make a lot better sense, right? That's my view there. So that's what I have seen from my experience of taking the exams or teaching for these particular exams. It does definitely help. Now, this is what the background I'm thinking. So if you have not done this particular study, please take time tonight itself or tomorrow early in the morning. So whenever it is convenient to you, and finish these two particular deals, then the next multiplier and the application, all that instances will start making sense for us. Fair enough. This is my expectation. All right. So let's say that, okay, what is the kind of drill alert that I'm talking about? Something like this. Hey, if I say 30, if you see a number 33.33%, I should be able to write this as 1 by 3. Fraction wise, that is actually correct. 33.33% of a number, 33.33% of a number is nothing but 1/3 of a number. That's my expectation. You see something like this, 37.5% of a number. I should be quickly able to write this as 3 by 8 of a number and cancel it by 8. For example, you had a number 488, let's say. Already I said that, hey, why don't you find 37.5% of this particular number? Quickly, all I got to do is what? 3 by 8 of this particular number. So you say that 8 6 times and 8 one time, or 8 6 times and 8 one time, and then you would say that, hey, this is nothing but 183. Quickly, all right, now it kind of comes out there. All right, these drills, it should be clear. I'm not teaching you these drills. That's not the idea here. You kind of know it. When you see 40% of a number, you quickly calculate 2/5 of the number, for which you know the tables of 2. Therefore, you cancel it and you get the deal. What is 62.5% of a number? This is 5 by 8 of the number. Likewise, already you kind of do them pretty faster and effective, right? Kind of that. That's what I mean. This entire chart should be kind of known. So for that, only two things. So you got to do this list 1 by 2, 1 by 3, up to 1 by 25. It is good to know till 1 by 25. And then the triangular chart, this is a vertical chart, percentage fraction equivalent vertical chart. Then you do another one which is a triangular chart. You go up to 1 by 12. At the base, you will also have the number called 11 by 12. That's 1 by 3, 2 by 3, like this. If you do this chart, definitely the speed, the momentum would be on your side. Okay, just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That would also give this. Hey, reverse also should be true. Reverse also should be true. You get 3 by 4, you should be quickly able to write it as 75%. You see 2 by 7, already you will be quickly able to write it as 28.57%. You see 3 by 8, you should be quickly able to write this as 37.5%. Already you see 5 by 9, you should be able to write 55.55%. You see this 56.56%, like this. Or the reverse drill also we should be comfortable. Either was the drills. This is the expectation to learn the multiplier. This is the expectation, right? Okay, fair enough. Let's assume that, okay, we know this particular expectation. All of you, those who are sitting here, for a time being, assume that, okay, we know this. Now let's come to the multiplier story. When will I use this multiplier? Whenever there is a percentage change, because always in most of the question there is going to be a change. The change can be two dimensional. What is that? Either it can be percentage increase or it can be percentage decrease. There can be a percentage increase or there can be a percentage decrease. Fair enough. Let's say that. All right, now let me give a simple instance to you. If there is a number, it increases by this particular number increases by 14.28%. This number increases by 14.28%. Therefore, what is the output? Let's say that. Then the answer comes as what is the output? Therefore, pretty simple. Listen to this. First, you will say that, hey, what is the fraction form of this particular number? 1 by 7. Look at the sign. What is the sign there? Plus 1 by 7. What is the multiplier? Therefore, listen to me. Multiplier is retain the denominator as it is. There is a plus sign, add them. 7 plus 1. Add it as 8, which means the number into 8 by 7 is your answer. This is your answer, which means here I am supposed to write 8 by 7 of the number. Now, what is this 8 by 7 called? Multiplier. This 8 by 7 is called as the multiplier. Simple. Okay, you might have said that, hey, what is the actual truth behind this? It's nothing but output. Output is nothing but n plus 14.28% of n. But we don't do this. Rather, we kind of do this. Rather, we say that, hey, look at this particular number. Write this as increase means plus 1 by 7. Then complete this, retain the denominator as it is, add 7 plus 1, which becomes 8. That is the multiplier. We'll see the applications in a while. Okay, knowing this, how does this going to help? We'll see this. But first, let's understand the word multiplier. What is the multiplier? Multiplier comes in the picture whenever there is a percentage change. Any percentage change can be handled with multiplier. Any change for that matter. Okay, let's take a look already. The same question. Let's say that, hey, there is a number. I want to increase this by 37.5%. Therefore, what is the output? Simple. I look at this particular proposition 37.5. I will write this as 3 by 8. What is the plus? Plus means increase. All right, plus means increase. I have a number. I want to increase this particular number by 37.5%. Quickly in my mind, I call it as plus 3 by 8. Then I will write the multiplier. Okay, what is the multiplier? 8 as it is. 8 plus 3, which would become 11. I'll say that the output is nothing but 11 by 8 times of the number. Whatever is the number, I'll simply multiply this by 11 by 8. I know the tables of 8. I'll quickly divide that by 8 and we will get our answer there. Now, multiplier can be on the negative side as well, right? It can be on the negative side as well. Hey, there is a number. So I want to decrease this particular number. So say I want to decrease this particular number by 18.18%. I want to decrease this. All right, I want to reduce this number by 18.18%. You look at this 18.18 is nothing but you will say that a minus 2 divided by 11. Minus 2 divided by 11. Therefore, you write a multiplier. Denominator, don't disturb the denominator 11 as it is. 11 minus 2. 11 minus 2 is nothing but 9. Simply write 9 by 11th of the number, which becomes your output. 9 by 11th of the number becomes the output. Okay. So I'm hoping that, okay, you are kind of getting the hang of this. Can you quickly give me a thumbs up? Multiplier as a word is clear before we look at the applications. Everyone. Multiplier as a word is clear. Sonakshi and Shivani are pretty active. Fair enough. Very good. So I hope for everybody it is clear. Everybody, the word multiplier is clear. Multiplier is associated with the word percentage change. Whenever there is a percentage change, we use the multiplier, which is technically a fraction. Technically a fraction. Technically a fraction. Right, very good. All right. So that brings us to the drill quickly. Let us do a small drill. Let's do a small drill. Now, structure of multiplier. Listen to me, my friends. Initial value. Multiplier should be always on the initial value. Output is the final value. Remember, multiplier should be always towards the initial value. You will never write, hey man, final value, and then I will write a multiplier which gives me initial value. Never. This never happens. This never happens. Multiplier is always associated with the initial value. That is all you got to understand. Fair enough. Let's come back to this particular drill. Do it with me. Okay, there is an initial value here. What is that? 114. And what is the percentage increase? 5.26%. Okay, what is 5.26% there? 5.26% is 1 by 19. I will look at this. I will first write this as increase. The word is increase. Therefore, plus 1 by 19. So, plus 1 by 19, what is the multiplier? Therefore, the multiplier is 20 by 19. Let me write the output. How the output will be? Initial value. I will write the multiplier and then comes the final value. Fair enough. Okay, what is the initial value? 114. Okay, what is the multiplier? 20 by 19 gives me what? The final outcome. 19 one time, 19 six time, 20 into 6, which becomes 120. Which becomes the final value. All right, yeah, watch it. Let's do another one. Hey, this is already increased. All right, now there is an initial value. What is the initial value? I don't know. Maybe X. Okay, so what is the increase here? The increase is nothing but 87.5%, which is nothing but 7 by 8. Therefore, what is the multiplier? The multiplier is 15 by 8. Denominator don't change. 8 plus 7 becomes 15. 15 by 8. It becomes now 15 by 8. All right. So, how do I write the proposition? X, that is the initial value. Towards that side, you will be writing the multiplier, which is 15 by 8, becomes the final value called as 275. Becomes the final value called as 275. Okay, now let's understand that, okay, what is the final value? Therefore, I will say that 15 one time, 15. Therefore, I get 135 on the other 15 one time 15. Then I have 135, 15 9 times. Therefore, X is equal to 19 into 8, which was the initial value out there. Guys, is this making sense what I'm trying to say? Is this making sense? Clear? Everybody clear? Clear? Everybody clear? Clear to everyone? It is making sense what we are talking. Right, right. Debajyoti, what is that 2 by 3%? Okay. 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 All right. Fine. So let's move to the next one. Let's move to the next one. Let's move to the next one. Fine. 360 and 420. Middle, what is missing here? The multiplier missing here. Now listen to this. Listen to this. I want, this can be done without that as well. This can be done without that as well. But I want you to do a multiplier portion out here. All right. Did I make a mistake or something? What is this 275, 285? What is happening here? I don't know. Okay, take this number as 285. Understood, understood. Okay, 275 is not suiting the value 285. Yeah, yeah, all right, all right. Okay. Hmm, hmm. Yeah, yeah, make that correction. Make that auto correction, typo error, make it 285. Done, done. All right, okay. Make this 285 and resolve it. It becomes 90, 1988, 152. Done. Close that part. Let's come here. All right, X. All right, now let's say that initial value. Now listen, I want you to do in this fashion only because there is a reason for it. There is a reason for it. Do it in this particular fashion itself. Okay, so what is this here? Initial value. So why? Because as I go to the deeper questions, it will help. What we understand now is going to help. We are not here to solve these kind of questions. None of them are CAT questions. We are just doing a drill here. But I want you to understand few things from this particular drill. Okay, there is an initial value. There would be a multiplier. Therefore, I get the final value. So what is the initial value here? 360. Simple question. Multiplier? Sure, it is there. What is the final value? 420. So therefore, what is the multiplier? 420 divided by 360. Now listen everyone, listen. Okay, I will simplify this. Let me write it in the simplified form here. So 6 times, 6 7 times. I wrote it as 7 by 6. This is the multiplier. Assume you saw a multiplier 7 by 6. From here, how do I get the percentage increase or percentage decrease? Either I can have a percentage increase or I can have a percentage decrease. Once I see the multiplier, when I write the multiplier is what? Multiplier is about percentage increase or decrease. How do I write it? Denominator, copy it as it is. Then move from 6 to 7. When you move from 6 to 7, check whether there is an excess or there is a deficit. There is an excess. When you move from 6 to 7, there is an excess. What is that excess? Excess is plus 1. Plus means increase. What is that increase? 1 by 6, which becomes 16.66%. You would come back and say that, hey, this is 16.67% increase. Very simple one. Very simple one. What you do is sometimes you get a multiplier. From the multiplier, identify whether there is an increase or a decrease. For example, let's say that, hey, you saw a multiplier which is 7 by 9. You saw a multiplier which is 7 by 9. Now I am talking that, hey, whether there is a percentage increase or there is a percentage decrease, because whenever there is a multiplier, we are of course talking about percentage increase or decrease. Is there an increase or is there a decrease? Let's examine this quickly here. So therefore you say that, hey, 9 denominator, copy it as it is. Now go from 9 to 7. As you travel from 9 to 7, you understand that, hey, there is a decrease of 2. From 9, when you are reaching 7, it is decreasing. The value numerator is decreasing by what? Minus 2. Decreasing means what? Now there is no percentage increase. There is a percentage decrease because there is a minus 2 by 9 here. Okay, what is 2 by 9? Therefore, you say that, hey, there is a decrease of 22.22% out there, right? So therefore, whenever I see multiplier, I can also kind of understand. I know that multiplier is to do with percentage increase or percentage decrease. You see a multiplier sometimes, we should be able to write the percentage increase or decrease from that particular fraction. Fair enough. The drill should be clear to you. The drill should be clear to you. Do a couple of them on the decreasing side as well. You tell me the answer here, friends. Type it, type it. Why don't you write the answer to the first question? All of you. Make an effort, quickly make an effort, then we'll go to the applications. Let's quickly finish the drill and go to application. Finish it. There is a decrease, there is a decrease. Decrease percentages are given. What's the final value there? Good, good. Others, quickly. You can quickly calculate that. Okay, why taking time, guys? Okay, 14.28%. What is 14.28%? Minus 1 by 7. Minus 1 by 7 implies that the multiplier is 6 by 7. So what do you write here? Initial value, always initial value, multiplier, and then comes the final value. 52, 6 by 7 gives me the final answer, right? So, sorry, 252, 6 by 7 gives me the final answer. 7 3 times 21. 7 6 times 42, therefore 36 into 6, all it which becomes 216. That is 6 cube technically, right? Okay. Similarly, the next one, the multiplier is of the magnitude of 5 by 8. That is the multiplier. That's a fraction. There is a decrease of 5 by 8, which means the multiplier becomes how much? 3 by 8. What is the initial value? X. X times of 3 by 8 leaves me with 111. X times of 3 by 8 is leaving me with 111. That is what you are trying to claim. Fair enough. Therefore, 37 times. Therefore, X is nothing but 37 into 8. All right, that was the value earlier, which is nothing but 296. All right, which is nothing but 296. Okay, fair enough. Good, very good. All right, you all got that point here. Similarly, you can do the third one as well. Tell me what is the percentage decrease there. Quickly, one of you type it. What is the percentage decrease there? What's a percentage decrease? Approximately, what's a percentage decrease? Okay, initial value 496. There is a multiplier which leads to 465. All right, therefore multiplier is equal to 465 divided by 496. Okay, you don't know what to calculate, right? Fraction. Of course, there is a decrease denominator as it is 496, denominator as it is. A numerator, how much less? I'm writing a fraction, percentage decrease. Therefore, how much less it is 31 less, right? It is 31 less. This is 31 one time, this is 31 16 time. Therefore, you say that, hey, there is a decrease of 1 by 16. 1 by 16 is nothing but 86.25%. There is a decrease of 6.25%. Pretty good. All right, now that's right. Okay, that's about, see, that's what. All right, now you need to know all the fractions till 1 by 25. That's when you get a kind of the speed and the momentum there. You look at the numbers and it will make some sense. You'll get certain speed and the momentum. You may wonder, why did I consider 31 directly? Because 31 is a prime number. If it is a prime number, try to cancel directly using that prime number, which will make some sense in the exams. All right, let's come to some of the simple drills. We'll see that all types of questions, how it can be done by using the multiplier as a function. A lot of questions, because a lot of people develop so many different tools here. You don't need any different tool. It is actually one size fits most of the things, right? Most of the things. Let's take this. This is called a successive percentage change. We learn in the schools as successive percentage change. Nothing but successive multipliers. What does it mean? There will be an initial value. All right, on the initial value, one multiplier, second multiplier, you can put n multipliers. Any number of multipliers becomes the final value. I taught the drill with one multiplier. Should there be only one multiplier? No. All multipliers are on the initial value side. You can put any number of multipliers. Okay. So when we go to the depth, you will understand this. Very superficial questions we are doing. But once we go to the profit and loss, beautiful applications will come. CI, compound interest, beautiful application on this is going to come. But this structure has to be clearly drilled in your mind. Initial value, put any number of multipliers called as the successive percentage changes will give me the final value. Okay, so read the question. 2018 given, 19 there is an increase, 20 there is an increase. Therefore, what is the population there? Simple. Initial value 60,000. First multiplier 6.66% is nothing but 1 by 15. All at 6.66% increase is plus 1 by 15. Therefore, the multiplier becomes 16 by 15. Multiplier becomes 16 by 15. Let's be very clear. Okay, yeah. Then there is a decrease of 25%, decrease of 25%. Decrease means minus 1 by 4. Multiplier would now become 3 by 4. Multiplier would become 3 by 4. This gives me what? Of course, the final value. The answer to this is nothing but the final value. Therefore, this 4 times, this is 3 5 times, and this is 5 15. This is not, this is 5 4. This is 5 12 times. 12 into 4. All right, therefore, you say that 48,000. Therefore, the value is becoming about 48,000. So that's 12,000. 12 into 4, right? There is a 12 into 4, which is 48,000. Did I make a mistake there? No, right? Okay. So 48,000 is the value going to be. My point is what? Hey, take the initial value, put any number of multipliers, but all multipliers should sit only towards the initial value side. Let's be very, very clear. Never try to put the multiplier towards the final value side. It doesn't work. All multipliers on the initial value side. What is the implication of this in profit and loss? We will see. All right, we will see. But then be very clear about the usage of the multiplier. Let's come here. Let's take another one. Let's take another one. The labor charges of a carpenter are 792 as of today. It has increased by 20% and 10% successively in the last 2 years. Successively in the last 2 years. What was his salary per day before 2 years? Fair enough. Initial value, I don't know. So one multiplier 20% increase, which means plus 1 by 5, 20%. Multiplier is what? 6 by 5. Second multiplier 10% increase, 1 by 10. What is the multiplier? Therefore 11 divided by 10, which is becoming how much? 792. That's a final value. What is given to me is the final value. What is asked is the initial value. Always multiplier should sit on the initial value side. No confusion whatsoever out there. All right, it has to be very, very clear. All right, let's cancel this by 11. 11 7 times and 2 times and then 6 12 times. Right, 6 12 times. Fair enough. Therefore, you will say that initial value is nothing but 6. Initial value is nothing but 6. Initial value is nothing but, yeah, call it initial value is nothing but 600, which is your answer. Pretty simple question. Now here comes the CAT question. This was one of the CAT question. Why don't you try this? Why don't you try this? Numbers changed. Numbers changed. But it's a beautiful CAT type. Beautiful CAT type. Simple CAT type, long time back. I've changed the numbers on scenario. Scenario saying numbers have changed. Yeah, answer this quickly. You want me to put the timer? I will give you about a 1 minute from now. 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 1 minute from now Is calculation taking time? Time up. Is the calculation taking time? Okay, I will extend by 30 seconds. I will count it by myself. Try to crack it. Fifteen more seconds. Good. All right, fine. Let's take a look. All right, I gave almost about 1.5 to 2 minutes. That's a good time. So what is that? All right, after reading this question, so we are every time we are talking, what is this left here? Savings. So therefore, why don't you write the saving? So right, all right, on the one side you have the saving. So you start with your income. Initial value is nothing but the income. Income, and every time you write a multiplier associated with the saving. Write another multiplier associated with the saving. Write the third multiplier associated with the saving. Why you are writing a multiplier associated with the saving? Because output is nothing but the saving. In the sense, what you are trying to say is, hey, the savings are 2754. Why don't I equate it directly there? Okay. What is the first multiplier? First, he takes his income. Already he takes his income. So that's the initial value. He starts with his money. Then what he does, 10% of his monthly income went on house rent, which means expenses are 10%. Remove expenses, what you get is the saving. Remove expenses means what? Minus 1 by 10. 10% is minus 1 by 10. What is the multiplier therefore? 9 by 10. This is what he is left with after his first transaction of paying the rent. Okay. Second one, all it multiplier. Then he looked at what is the money left. This is the money left. All it, this underlined portion is the money left. From the money left, he's saying that, hey, I will spend 15% of the remaining monthly income on the clothing. 15% is spending on the clothing. Hey, what is 15%? 3 by 20 minus, because he's spending, that's the expenses. If 3 by 20 is the expenses, then 17 by 20 is what remains after the second transaction. That is what remains after the second transaction. Fair enough. Now let's go. This is what is left after the second transaction, the underlined portion. Then comes the third transaction. 10% of the balance he spends on recreation. 10% of this, again 10% goes, means minus 1 by 10. So how much is left now? 9 by 10 is left. Therefore 9 by 10 is left. So I get the initial value from here. I would simplify and I will get the initial value from here. Okay, 9 one time, 9 three times, and 9 six times. Right? 9 six times, then 9 six times. Sorry, did I make a mistake here? 306 times. Yeah, 306 times. Then again 9 one time, 9 three times, 27. All right, then you have 9 4 times, 36. 17 one time. This has become 17 two times. Therefore, what is the initial value? 10 into 20 into 10 into 2. All right, which is nothing but 4,000. All right, of course, which is nothing but 4,000. Simple question, pretty simple question. All you got to do is what? Hey, look at the output. If the output is talking about money left, every stage write the multiplier with respect to money left. Simple CAT question. This was one of the very simple CAT questions I'm asking based on the multiplier understanding. This is good. So far, it is good, everyone. This is good what I wrote. Look for the output and you have some input. There is an input and there is an output. Input side, the multipliers are sitting. Figure out what kind of multiplier you want to write. You want to write the negative multiplier or the positive multiplier. Figure out and then put it across. Making sense? Everyone making sense? Yeah, right. All those who are listening, is this making sense? Quickly confirm, guys, so that we can move ahead. We can move ahead. Right? Hmm. I'm giving a touch on the multipliers. These are not actual applications. It's a touch. I'm touching and going. It's a touch. Right? Huh? We need to hit the depth. Either today or in other class, whatever it is. Right? Okay. Now let's take a look at this. Listen to me. Quickly listen to me. Another application. All right, now for these people evolve a lot of different methods, this, that, etc., etc. Nothing. One spit stop called multiplier. The price of a car increases by 28.57%, while its sales come down by 12.5%. What is the percentage change in the total revenue? Okay. What is the total revenue? It's a function of price and quantity. Becomes what? Revenue. function of price and quantity, nothing but my output. Hey, is this successive? Already know the first one. Let's say this, okay, 28.558%. What is this increase? So what is 28.57%? 2 divided by 7 plus increase, which means multiplier related with the pricing is 11, is nothing but 9 divided by 7. That is the change in the pricing, right? 9 divided by 7. What happened to the sales? Because the prices went down, customers became little wary. The sales came down, which means the quantity units came down by 12.5%. What is 12.5%? Minus 1 by 8. Why minus? Because it came down. So therefore, what is the multiplier? Multiplier is 7 by 8. This is the function of your revenue. 7, 7 cancel. Your multiplier. See, when you multiply two multipliers, in this question you said that where is the initial value? Not required, because where is the value here? Is there an absolute number here? No, this is an abstract question. It's an abstract value question. There is not absolute, which means I am not asking what is the price of that commodity. It's an abstract question. Abstract means percentage. All percentages are abstract. Therefore, I just gave some 2 percentage values. I'm asking another percentage value here, right? Okay. So, but when you multiply two multipliers, multiplier 1, multiplier 2, multiplier 3, what is the output? Output is the composite multiplier, composition. You put them together, you get another multiplier called as the composite multiplier. Fair enough. You got the composite multiplier. What is it? 9 by 8. This is the multiplier related with revenue. What is in the denominator? Initial value. Remember, when you write a multiplier, what is it, man? Initial value is always sits in the denominator. What sits here? Final value. Which means if the initially the revenue was 8, finally the revenue has become 9. Therefore, what is the revenue increase plus? What is the increase in the revenue? Denominator as it is. Then you go from 8 towards 9. You go towards 8 towards 9. 1 by 8 increase. There is an increase which is nothing but 12.5% increase. Very simple. You don't need any alternative methods or anything. You know multipliers. You can handle all varieties of question in percentage. Honestly, you can handle most of the varieties of questions even with dirty percentage values. But it appears dirty for us. They appear like this, but from the examiner's perspective, these are very standard numbers. From his perspective, standard, don't expect 20%, 30%, 25%. Hey, it's not a kid's play. Expect some numbers like 12.5, 28.75, 91 point, now 91.66. Expect such numbers, because in their perspective, they are all very standard and good numbers. Okay, yeah, you are getting this point, I guess. You are getting this point. Allow me to do few more questions. You will understand this. The radius of a circle. So we will come to the depth. We'll come to the depth in the next 10 minutes. So let's do this. Okay, Naresh. Naresh, you are saying that you want to take 100 and 100 and do what, my friend? You take 100. How do you write this 28.57% increase, Mr. Naresh? How painful it is, right? And then you'll write 12.5% decrease from there. We'll be tired of writing those numbers itself, right? Yeah, we'll be tired of. Hi, Uday, hi. Yeah, glad to see you here. Okay, Naresh, are you getting my point? You take 110 works for kids, man. 10% increase, 20% increase, or a 25% increase. For these kind of numbers, you take 110, it will work. The moment you take that, it doesn't work. You have 28.57% increase or 12.57% decrease or 14.28% decrease. It doesn't work. Agreed, Mr. Naresh, clear? You should learn the models which are scalable. Always learn scalable models. Don't learn the models which have the limitation. Limitations are for kids, not for the MBAs. Right? Yeah. Always, we should always learn a model which is scalable. Learn models which are scalable. Yeah. That's right, Debojyoti. Yeah. Yes. You got to be daring to do that using that model. Yeah. So my point is what? Learn models which are scalable. Any chapter, learn models which are scalable. Otherwise, there will be a limitation. The moment you hit that limitation, deeper question, you hit the limitation, stumbling block, finished. Can't help. Right? Let's not get into that situation with the models. All right. Fair enough. Let's come here. The radius of the circle increased by 18.88%. What will be the approximate percentage change in the area? We all know area of the circle is nothing but pi r square. Call it pi r square. Pi r into r. This is the area. This is the function of area. Out of which, hey, what is this pi, man? Constant. Beat the first case, beat the second case. The pi does not change. The pi is never going to change. Therefore, I don't have to bother. Let me go to the radius. What happened? Radius increased by what? 18.88%. What is 18.88%? 2 divided by 11. That is 18.88%. Right? That is the 2 divided by 11. Fair enough. Therefore, what is the multiplier? 13 by 11. What is the multiplier here? This also 13 by 11, because it's the same radius. It's not two different radius the circle has. You stretched that particular radius. This is the multiplier related with area. What is the multiplier related with area? 169 divided by 121. This is the multiplier related with this particular area. Fair enough. Okay. Therefore, what is the increase here? The increase is nothing but about 48. Alright, what is the increase there? The increase is nothing but somewhere about 48 divided by what? 121. 48 divided by 121. You can kind of simplify this by taking it, because you only said that, hey, give me the approximation. Some answers will be there. Based on the answers, decide, all right, know what you want to do. Maybe to start with, you can take this as 48 divided by 120 to start with. Then you may say that 8 6 times, and then you will say that, okay, coming to the bottom, you will say, all right, 8 one time, 8, and then you have 40, therefore 8 5 times, then 3 2 times, and then you will say that as 3 5 times. 2 by 5, approximately 40%. That is what he said, that tell me a quick approximation. All I did is what? This 121, I just changed it to 120, and I could get somewhere closer to the 40% figure there. Making sense? Everybody making sense? Clear about this? Approaches are making sense. Very simple one size fits all is what I'm showing you. Percentage first and square it. Either ways it is same. Debajyoti, whether you take the percentage first, square it, either ways it is same. But use multiplier. Don't write 2 by 7 and square it. Don't write 2 by 7 and square it. Take multiplier and square it. It's always multiplier. It's always multiplier. Denominator values are the symbolic of initial value. Numerator is a symbolic of final value. It's a symbolic, right? The denominator is always a symbolic of initial value. Numerator is always a symbolic of the final value. That's what you got to keep it in mind in multiplier. Always, always, always. Okay, quick reminder, guys. We are not winding up. Don't worry, is it a wind up? No, no, no. Just a quick reminder. Tomorrow, I will be handling 3 things all at once. So we'll continue our diagram, Venn diagram 2. Of course, we'll be hitting some depth tomorrow. Approaches. I will show some classic approaches on Venn diagrams. That is what we do there, because today we discuss the basics. If somebody want to attend that but not done the basics, please take a look at today's lecture. You can just type CAT Ninjas 1.0, look for the today's lecture, and then you will be able to do this. If you are struggling in LRDI, attend tomorrow 5:30. I will share some of the tips that I've shared with the previous students and which work for them. I will be sharing some of it. Let's explore that thought, and you can also ask the questions in live. So you have certain things that you tried out in the mocks, etc. You can always ask me those questions that might help others as well. So that's what we do. Again, tomorrow night we'll come back and we'll explore the multiplier with respect to profit and loss. Before we explore, first let's do this. All right, yeah. Let's continue with the multiplier story. Just a reminder in between. Yeah. Let's see here. Let's see here. This is another type. The reduction of price by 12.5%. Listen, everybody listen here. I want you to listen very, very carefully. The reduction of 12.5% of the price of a sugar enables a customer to buy 2 kg more. Okay, before this, should we do any other type? No, this is fine. Yeah, listen very carefully here. The reduction of 12.5% in the price of a sugar enables a customer to buy 2 kg more for 560. Find the original price of the sugar. What is constant here? Budget is constant. Listen to me. Price into quantity is the amount. All right, amount is constant. How do you know? Because all it enables a customer to obtain so much more for 560, which means what is this? This is the budgeted amount. His budget is constant. So now you are trying to say that the budget is constant. How the budget will be constant? Initially, let us assume that the initial value, initial price was 1. Quantity was also 1. Therefore, amount was also 1. Therefore, finally also, now I'll write the revised values. Here also the amount should be 1. How is it possible? Now first let's see this. The reduction, the price got decreased. The price got decreased by how much? 1 by 8. Therefore, what is the multiplier? Write the multiplier always 7 by 8. If it is 7 by 8, now focus on this. Hey, what should be the quantity so that I will get output as 1? Naturally, you have to write the inverse of this particular number. It should be 8 by 7. Only then 8 gets cancelled, 7 get cancelled, and then you will get the value as 1. There is no choice in the matter. So therefore, this should be this. Okay, which means for the quantity, the symbolic portion of the quantity is nothing but 8 divided by 7. That's a symbolic portion of the quantity. Okay, come to quantity, explore. The initial value of the quantity is 7. This is initial value of the quantity. I'm talking about the quantity. That's the meaning of that multiplier. I'm explaining what is the meaning of multiplier. Okay, then final value of the quantity is nothing but 8. If initial value is 7, the final value is 8, but technically initial value will be of the form 7x, the final value will be of the form 8x. Okay, what is the difference between initial value of the quantity and final value of the quantity? 1x. 1x means how many kgs? 2 kgs. That's what author said. This 1x means 2 kgs. This is what is running in your mind. You look at one particular multiplier, you write the other multiplier, you analyze that multiplier, you are simply analyzing that particular multiplier. Final value is 8x, initial value was 7x. All right, initial value was 7x. Now this difference 8x minus 7x is nothing but 2 kg. Now look, initially you used to get only 7x, but now you are getting 8x, you are getting more. You are getting more compared with 7x. How much more you are getting? You are getting 2 kg more. That is what author is trying to say. You are getting 2 kg more. Okay, therefore, what is the initial quantity? Initial quantity is 7 times of 2, 14 kgs. Initial quantity is 14 kgs. Therefore, what is the original price? Original price is 560 rupees you used to pay for how many kgs? For 14 kgs. For 14 kgs. Right? So, therefore, you say that all it is nothing but 40 rupees per kg. What was the price of the sugar? Rupees 40. You are saying that rupees 40. This is the meaning of the multiplier. Every multiplier has a beautiful meaning. It's up to us how well we understand that particular multiplier. If you understand it right, it's done. Always remember that denominator is a symbolic of initial part. Final, all right, now the numerator is a symbolic of the final part. The moment you understand this symbolic portion of the multiplier, initial and final, half the job is done. All right, most of your percentages is sorted out. Are you getting some clarity, everyone here? Are you getting certain clarity as we are doing this? Quick. In the next 5 minutes, we'll hit the depth. Some depth we will hit. But are you getting the some clarity about this multiplier? You might have done these questions with the different approaches, but all the questions of this type, any type in percentages, can actually be done using multipliers. Multiplier is one large tool you have which fits most of the things, most of the questions, right? Most of the critical questions, anything. Good, very good. Some of you are getting this point. Let's go in here. Let's go to the next one. Now see this. Now there is an increase. Due to increase in the price of fuel by 6.66%, a person gets 3 liters less for this particular budget. Find the increased price in petrol. Okay, two things are happening. There is a price and there is a quantity he's filling. So therefore he's paying certain amount. Okay, initially let's say that one full price, one full quantity results in one full amount. You don't write that one. It's a waste of time. You never do that. You know that, okay, I just have to write the multiplier. Hey, what happened with the price here? The price increased by 6.66%. What is 6.66%? 1 by 15. Therefore, you say that the price is of the form 16 by 15. But I'm interested in the quantity. Now I'm coming to the quantity. If the output is constant, because the amount he's paying is constant, which is 4,500 rupees. He's filling the tank using 4,500 rupees. Okay. What happens to the quantity? The quantity is now should be of the form 15 by 16. That's when 15 gets cancelled, 16 gets cancelled, it becomes 1, which means I don't have to write this. The moment I see this figure, I get 1 by 15 in my mind, 16 by 15 in my mind. Therefore, I know that quantity is the symbolic. Quantity will be a symbolic of 15 divided by 16. What is this here? All right, this is the symbolic of the initial value. This is the symbolic of the final value. If initially he was filling 16x liters, now he is filling 15x liters. These are the symbolic figures. But what is the difference here? Initially he used to fill 15x, but now he is filling, already initially he used to fill 16x. Now he is filling only 15x, which means it's a less he is filling. He is filling less. How much less he is filling? 1x less. Means what? 3 liters. 1x means 3 liters. What he wants? He wants the increased price. Increased price means 15x. What is 15x? 15 into 3. 45 liters. 45 liters he filled. For how many rupees? 4,500 rupees. Therefore, what is the price per liter? 4,500 rupees divided by 45 liters, which is 100 rupees per liter, which is more or less equal to today's price, right? Today's price, around that particular price. Fair enough, right? Now, this brings to the CAT question now. This is what I want you to perform. I want you to perform CAT replica question. So I will give you good 2 minutes. Get me the answer to this particular CAT question. That gives me some confidence that yes, we understood and we are good to go in to the next chapter. That is, use the multiplier for the next level. All right. All of you try this. Seriously, take your pen and book. I give good 2 minutes. You should be able to do this in 2 minutes. 2 minutes is more time. Go ahead. All of you try this, because all this background is to solve such questions. At least this is the level 2, I could say, between level 1 and level 2 kind of question, not level 3. All right, guys. All right. Good, good. Do it with me. Do it with me. What is it trying to say? In one of the years, the combined annual income of a family, husband and a wife, is about 15 lakhs. The next year, they got respective increments. That's husband got 1 by 9 increase, the wife got 1 by 6 increase on their salaries in 2008. Compared with 2008, the next financial year, they got some increase. Listen carefully. If the wife's new annual salary was 70% of her husband's new annual salary, then what is the wife's new annual salary? Fair enough. Let's find out what is her new annual salary. It looks something like this. Okay, there is a husband. Husband earns H amount, let's say. Wife was earning W amount, let's say, which is together equal to 15 lakhs. All right. Anyway, all answers are in lakhs. Let us simply take 15 lakhs as the value, 15 as the primary value. Let's simply take that. Fair enough. Let's come. The next year, what happened? Coming to the next year, the husband's salary increased by 1 by 9. That is nothing but 10 by 9 fraction. 10 by 9th of H, whatever was that, that becomes 10 by 9th of H. Okay, what is happening on the W? 1 by 6th of their salary. So increase is 1 by 6th. Write the bracket, therefore write the percentage, write the multiplier there. It will become what? That would become 7 by 6 of W. Now these are the respective salaries in the subsequent year. Relationship is given. Wife's new annual salary, that is 7 by 6th of wife's salary, is equal to 70% of, 70% means 7 by 10 times of husband's salary. What is husband's salary? 10 by 9 times of H. Husband's salary is here. I copied it here. 10 by 9 times of H. Let's quickly simplify this. Let's simplify this. 7, 7 cancel, 10, 10 cancel. Alright, this is 3, 3 times and this is 3, 2 times. Therefore, wife by the H. Alright, wife's salary. Ratio of wife's salaries to the husband's salary is in the form of 2 by 5, which means wife, husband and total. If I just write wife, husband and total, if wife earns 2 rupees, husband used to earn 3 rupees, this is 2 by 3, sorry, yeah, husband earns 3 rupees, together they earn 5 rupees. But author said that, which means what is the wife's share here? The wife's share of the total is 2 divided by 5, because total is given to me. Why husband and wife is not given? Total is given to me. Okay, therefore wife's share, wife's earlier salary, I'm writing now wife's share, wife's earlier salary. What is wife's earlier salary? 2 by 5 times of, I'm just substituting for this W. Okay, what is this W? This W is nothing but only W portion. Wife's earlier salary is 2 by 5 times of 15 lakhs. 2 by 5 times of 15 lakhs. What is the increment given? The increment given is 7 by 6 times. Increment given is 7 by 6 times on this. Therefore, 5 one time, 5 three times, 3, 2, 6 cancel. A lakh is left and a 7 is left. Simple question which becomes 7 lakhs. Pretty simple question. Or just you would have written some multipliers here. Just write 2 multipliers. Put the relationship in place, you easily get the answer to this particular CAT question, right? This is typical level 1 kind of CAT question. Somewhere between level 1, level 2, where you want to place it, you can place it somewhere between that. So somewhere between that is this particular question. Is it making sense, everybody? Everybody made sense? What is wife's new annual salary? Just use the multiplier. Hardly you have to write anything if you use the multipliers. Is this clear? Is this clear? Is this clear? Right, some of you have learned really well the percentage. I could see the performance. Very good, very good, very good. Others quickly confirm, is this making sense? Because this is the minimum expected level. This is the minimum expected level of expertise required with multiplier. This is the minimum. This is minimum. Of course, we'll see the depth. We will see the depth in the forthcoming lectures. We will see the depth. But this is the minimum expectation out of today. This is the minimum expectation. Okay, good. Let's take a look at this question. Let's take a look at another CAT type question. Values changed. Typical CAT type. Try this. I will give good 2 minutes. But literally try this and ace it. Water can. Percentage change. Kushagra. You just have to calculate percentage change in the height. How much did it decrease? By what percentage did it decrease? Lalit, there will not be any crash course as such, right? There will not be any crash course as such. Maybe there could be a crash. Crash courses are running on the plus platform. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is time, guys. Listen, all of you listen. All of you listen. All of you listen. I gave good 2 minutes, which is good amount of time for this. Listen, all of you. Initially, from the height perspective, listen. From the height perspective, initially, what is it? 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. Initially, it is at this particular height, right? Now, I want to understand that from the 60%, which means if this is the container, this is the container, it was at 60%, say this is 60%. Now it has come to some percentage called as X%, right? From this is 0 and this is 100. It was at 60%. Now it has come down to a position called as X%. Author is asking, tell me this particular gap. What is this particular slip? How much did it slip? He is not asking the value of X. He is saying that how much did it slip? All right, that is what he is trying to ask us. Fair enough. Let's first come to this. Leave this initial 60%. Leave it. That's a multiplier, right? That's a two multipliers will come in the picture. Leave that multiplier for the time being. All you got to do is what? Go with the understanding that due to elastic nature, what remains same? Volume initially is equal to volume finally. Initially, whatever was the volume does not change. Volume is constant. Correct. Okay, volume is constant. What is the volume? Volume is made up of what? Volume is made up of cylinder pi r into h. Initial, all right, now let's say that pi is irrelevant because it's a constant. One or radius, one height, and one volume. Let's say that all right, that was what it was in our mind. All right, assuming this 60%, all that you leave it, all that you leave it. First, let's understand what happened to the volume itself. First, let's understand from the second scenario itself. Okay, so now what happened to the radius? You said that, hey man, radius I'm increasing by 10%. Fair enough, 11 by 10. First multiplier. Second multiplier, 11 by 10. Now you have to make a suitable change to the height because naturally height will come down. Suitable make change to the height so that the output remains 1. Hey, what I should write therefore? 11 into 11, 121. Write it in the denominator. That's when these 11s get cancelled with this. Right? That's what should come in the denominator. Hey, what should sit in the numerator? 100 should sit in the numerator. Therefore, from the height perspective, if you understand from the height perspective, if initially the height was at 121, if the initially the height was at 121, finally the height has come down to 100. If the initially the height was at 121, it has come down to 100, symbolic. Okay, therefore what is the percentage change? Hey, why I'm interested in the change? Because ultimately author is interested in that by what percentage the height of the water can does the level of the water fall means it fell down that gap. Therefore I'm looking for the fall itself. Let me find the fall is how much? It was at 121, it came down to 100. Therefore the fall is 21 out of 121. 21 out of 121. Author anyway used the word called as approximation. All right, let me approximate this. 121 out of 121, I would take it as 20 out of 120, which is 1 by 6. That is the fall. 1 by 6 is 16.6%. Hey, this is the fall on the total? No, this is not the fall on the total. This is the fall on 60% because it was at 60%. That fell down. This is the fall on what? This is the fall on 60%. What is 60%, my friend? 60% is nothing but 3 divided by 5. This is the fall on 60%. How much is that fall? 1 by 6. Multiply it, compounding. This is the effect of compounding. 3 by 5 times of 1 by 6. Therefore, 3 one time, 3 two times. You say that 1 by 10. What is the meaning of 1 by 10? Approximately 10%, which is your answer. See, you found the fall. You found this fall. Fine. But this fall, is it on the total? No, it's not on the total because it was not to the full. It was not to the full. It was what? At 60% only. Therefore, calculate what is the fall on this. Therefore, bring two multipliers, one multiplier and the falling type and then figure it out. What is the answer? Made some sense? Is this clear? Clear? 10% clear, everyone? Understood how we worked on this particular question, everybody? You find out the fall and calculate that fall on, because this is what we learnt. All right, this is what we learnt. Already we knew this. All right, we kind of knew this. I took the radius of the circle. We knew this. But the point is what? They gave a twist by saying that earlier it was at 60%. Some people don't understand that. Hey, just is what? You already understood the fall is 1 by 6. Calculate that fall on the initial value. Calculate that on the initial one. Then combine them. All right, you will get your answer. No, Kushagra, whichever method you do, you will get 10%. Okay, now you might have done something else. Even when you take some numerical values manually, you try to do adjust all of that, you still get 10%. 10% is the gap. This gap is it falls down by another 10%. Okay, this gap is 10%. It fell down by this because how much does it fall in the CAT? It falls down by another 10%. Okay. Kind of clear, my friends? Everybody's clear. Towards the end, I did couple of CAT questions. Did it give some understanding about how to use the multiplier? Give some confirmation that did you learn something? Initially, we started with the basic just to understand how using multiplier, all types of questions can be solved where people use various tools. All right, some people use x plus y plus xy divided by 100. All this works provided this x% is good number, y is a good number, xy is a good number. We don't need any of this. All you need is the multiplier. Let some people calculate something like this. Then some people understand increase and decrease. If the increase is of the form x by y, decrease will be of the form increase of the form x by y, decrease will be of the form x divided by y plus x. Something like this they will write. Hey, if increase to decrease. If the decrease is given, then the increase is asked. All these are customized tools. It is not that I don't know about them. I know about them. If the decrease is of the form a divided by b, or a decrease, then the increase will be of the form, or an increase will be of the form a divided by b minus a. Hey, you don't need all of this. All right, this is for some problems, this is the customization. For some other problem, this is another customization. If there is a here, b here, a into b is equal to, all right, now c, then a changes by x%, b changes by y%, right, y%. Then all right, now what is the change in c? You write this as x plus y plus xy divided by 100. All of this. Hey, what if the numbers are not good when the x is of the form 28.57%, right, and the y is of the form something like y is something of the form 37.5%. I don't use all of this. We don't need all these too many customizations. People do a lot of customization here. Yes, it is exciting when the numbers are good, but the concept, all right, now so technically, all right, you give this particular question, what customization you will do? No customization. I need to use multipliers properly. Once you understand multiplier is a pretty scalable model compared with all these customizations which have a huge limitations. They have good limitations, but scalable model multiplier does not have much limitation. It doesn't have any limitation for that matter. You can scale it. So using that scale, all right, tomorrow we will also see how profit loss discount questions can be solved pretty fast, right? Just because we understand the word multiplier, how it helps here. Maybe day after tomorrow we will also take a look at how CI questions, compound interest questions, can be solved very fast by using the concept of multipliers. This is what we kind of look in the coming days. But first, give me the confirmation that you all learned something. We all learned something, because between 10 and 11 I don't want to waste anybody's time. Did we learn something? I'm not saying that from the word go to the end there should be a learning, but was there some value addition? There was some clarity with respect to whatever the multipliers you knew. Did it add some value? Quickly confirm. Quick, 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 put it across. Okay. Only Kushagra learned something, nobody else learned anything. Okay, Keval, good, yeah. Ayush also learned something, good. Something, whatever is that little bit, all right? Whatever is that little bit, if that adds value, then it will make sense to me as well on the other side. That is the whole value. Not adding, don't worry. All right, didn't add anything. That's all right. All right, yeah. As long as it add, if you put that there, okay, it will make some sense to us. Good, good, very good, very good. All right, so that brings us kind of a closure of the lecture. Closure to the lecture. Okay, if you liked what we are discussing, you can always press the like button before you leave. Right before you leave. Okay, Keval. So now you don't have to use so much of calculator. Okay, yeah. So you can leave already, you can like and then you can leave there. Or you can also share the link with your friends, right? If you like the lecture, share the link with your friends, let them also take a look at that particular lecture. And whatever the activity that you do on the Unacademy, be it the tests, whatever that you kind of write, you are encouraged to use the code Belvi 100. Use that code and then you can do it. Here it comes. So if you are looking for the structured courses, these are some of the recently launched structured courses, launched just about yesterday kind of. So some of the finest educators have launched these particular courses. Some of them for CAT 22, some of them for CAT 21. One of you are asking out there, so you can try and consider these particular lectures. Yes, quick reminder, tomorrow we will see, I will see you at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. on the YouTube, we'll do Venn diagram, and 5:30 p.m. I will take your DILR part. At 10 again we come back and we'll discuss the profit and loss discount part. If some more depth is required in percentages, let me know. We will handle this. Yes, I'll be launching an algebra or a PNC probability course. I will take a call between the two. I'll be launching this on the free special class platform, that is on the Unacademy app. Unacademy app. If there is someone already who has not downloaded it and you would like to attend my lectures out there, please download this. While downloading, you can use the code Belvi100 and you download, and then you can attend my lectures out there. That is pretty much about this. Anybody wants to convey anything here, you can type this. You can type this here. So anybody, any message, anything that you would like me to know, you can put it out there. I will quick wait for a minute. Otherwise, those who want to leave, so that you can leave and rejoin me tomorrow at 2 p.m. Good night and take care. Stay blessed, sleep well, take enough rest. Yeah, anybody wants to convey something, I will wait for a minute. You can put it out there in the chat, and something that I need to address, I'll address, and then I will wind up. Yeah, those who joined late, you can see from the beginning. You can see something from the beginning so that you will get the connection by the time you come to the end, because towards the end we did a couple of CAT questions. So you want to get that connection, you can start from the beginning. Yeah, sure, Keval. Yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, great. All right, so I will close this here. So if any comments are there that you want to leave, you can always leave after chat as well. Once the live chat is done, there is always a comments column. You can leave it out there. Yeah, yeah. Great. All right, that comes to the end of this. I will leave. I will take leave of you. I will see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Bye till then. Stay blessed.